Hi, friends. Today is Tuesday, May 5th, also known as Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May. So, in honor of Cinco de Mayo, I thought it would be fun to read one of my favorite books, Chicks and Salsa. And I want you to know I read this every year, and every year I love it, and it doesn't get too old. So, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. It's funny, I look at the illustrations. Do you see the illustrations? Do they remind you of another story? Because they remind me of the illustrations in Click, Clack, Moo. All right, here we go. There were grumblings in the hen house of Nuthatcher Farm. The chickens were tired of chicken feed. The rooster took it upon himself to solve his problem. Mrs. Nuthatcher, the farmer's wife, had started watching cooking shows in the afternoons. The rooster was perched on a fence post outside the farmhouse window when he discovered the solution to his problem. Salsa. Led by the rooster, the chickens crept into the garden where they took tomatoes and uprooted the onions. Now, I'm going to point out this little mouse right here, and I want you to pay attention. He's not in all pictures, but when you see him, I want you to pay attention to the little mouse. That night, the chickens ate chips and salsa, though nobody was quite certain where the chickens got the chips. The tasty tang of tomatoes and onions hung over the barnyards, and the rooster said, "Ole!" Very soon, there were mumblings of the duck pond of Nuthatcher Farm. Inspired by the chickens, the ducks decided they were tired of fish. With the rooster's encouragement, the ducks dipped into the garden where they selected cilantro and gathered garlic. That night, the ducks ate guacamole, though nobody was quite certain where the ducks had gotten the avocados. The spicy scent of garlic and cilantro hung over the barnyard, and the ducks said, "Ole." The next morning, there were rumblings in the pig pen of Nuthatcher Farm. Overwhelmed by the enticing aromas, the pigs decided that they were tired of slop. What do you think they're going to make? While the rooster distracted Farmer Nuthatcher, the pigs plodded into the garden where they borrowed beans, frijoles, and chopped chilies. Look at his face. He ate a really hot chili. That night, the pigs ate nachos, though nobody was quite certain where the pigs got the nacho cheese sauce. The delightful deliciousness of cheese and chilies hung over the barnyard, and the pigs said, "What? Ole!" As everyone knows, when a passion for Southwestern cuisine takes a hold of farm animals and so many sumptuous, spicy, savory scents collide in the barnyard, it can only mean one thing. What does it mean? Fiesta! The roosters got things organized. Then he returned to his fence post to watch for a good enchilada recipe. The horses decorated the barn. The bull practiced his Mexican hat dance, and though nobody was quite certain where the bull got his sombrero, where did he get that hat? And the chickens, ducks, and pigs snuck into the garden. But All of their spicy southwestern supplies were gone. The scallions had been stolen, the peppers had been pilfered, and the limes, they had been lifted. But there were slurpings in the kitchen of Nuthatcher Farm. Stirred by the succulent smells in the barnyard, Mrs. Nuthatcher had decided to make tamales for the county fair. A saucy sweetness hung over the farmhouse kitchen, and Mrs. Nuthatcher said, "What did she say?" "Ole!" Disappointed, the animals canceled the fiesta. That evening, the chickens ate their chicken feed. The ducks ate their fish, and the pigs ate their slop. But while the Nuthatchers were at the fair, the rooster crept into the kitchen and borrowed a French cookbook. The next morning, the rooster ate crepes with white grapes in champagne sauce, though nobody was quite certain where the rooster learned how to read. Who's doing the reading? A satisfied smile stretched over the rooster's beak, and the rooster said, "Ooh la la." And that's the end. And here's the best part. At the end, they give recipes for nachos, guacamole, and salsa. I love that book. I hope you enjoyed it too. See you next time.